everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? So happy to be here with you today. We are going to do something really fun. You're going to love it. We are going to make these really cute treat boxes that have an open front, and they house one of these little marshmallow treat bunnies. So we're going to make two of them, so I need to grab another marshmallow bunny. I found the marshmallow bunnies at the Dollar Tree. It is my local dollar store, and I'm sure that you can find something similar. You may have to adjust the measurements, and if you need help making custom boxes, I do have a video for it. I'll link it in the video. I'll try anyway. Sometimes I'm good at that, and sometimes I'm not so great. So we're going to do them in both colors. I've used the Flowers and More Gorgeous DSP, which is a host DSP, and the Easter Bunny stamp set. So let's get started. We're also using this fantastic die set. I'm going to pull the die out that I need. It's called Beautiful Shapes Dies. And to make that little opening in our box, we're going to use this shape right here. So I'm just going to pull that out for right now and get us started. All right. The first thing that we need is, you see I'll have all the parts and pieces because I'm trying to make our life a little easier. All right. But we need 2 quarter sheets of cardstock, and a quarter sheet of cardstock is 5.5 by 4.25. We're going to make both colors of these because it's not a very hard project, and I wanted you to see them in both colors. So the first thing we need is our Simply scoreboard, which you guys know I love this little board. It's fantastic. We're going to take turns with our paper. So let's start with the polished pink first. We're going to run the short side at the top, which is the 4.25, and we're going to do 4 score marks. 1 1/2 inch, 1 at 1 1/4, 1 at 2 3/8, so 2 and then 3 marks, 1 2 3, and 1 at 3 1/8, which is 1 mark after the 3. And then we're going to turn it to the long side, which is the 5.5 inch length, and then that's 3/4 and 4 3/4. And we're going to do this one more time, so make sure that you're writing down your measurements. So on the short side, which is the 4.25 inch length, we're scoring at 1/2 inch, at 1 1/4, at 2 3/8, and 3 1/8. And then we're going to turn it 1/4 turn counterclockwise, which means the opposite way that the clock goes. So we have the long side across the top, which is the 5.5 inch. We're going to do 2 score marks, 1 at 3/4 and 1 at 4 3/4. Jasper, my daughter's bunny, is in here today, and he, of course, always likes to do things that he's not supposed to do when I'm live on the video. Just like any child, right? So anyway, that is our scoring, and then we're going to burnish on all sides. Just give me a second to grab my bone folder. All right, so I have my bone folder here. We're going to score or burnish on all the score marks we've already scored. So we're going to burnish. We're basically making sure that those score marks are nice and defined for us so that we can find them when it's time to do the fun stuff, right? Oh, Jasper. I don't know, you guys probably can't hear him, but I can hear him. It's funny. All right, so there's that. And let's get these 2 sides, and then we'll have them both burnished. So we're going to go ahead and attach all the DSP to the top, but I'm going to cut a little bit first. So I'm going to grab my thick bladed scissors, which I like those to use to cut on the score marks a little better than using my paper snips, because the blades are too thin and I can't cut how I want to cut. So I'm going to angle cut these edges. This 1/2 inch piece here is going to become the part that we put the glue on. So I'm going to do it on both sides. So we're getting rid of these 2 little rectangles at the bottom of the long skinny piece. So here's both of them. So me doing it twice, I think, will help you guys. So there's that. Now we're going to do the bottom of the box and the top of the box. So the bottom of the box, you have 2 small squares and 2 rectangles. The rectangles are going to stay rectangles. The squares are going to be tapered. So we're going to taper the squares by cutting straight and then tapering. That side was already cut straight, which is why I tapered. So there's one. So the rectangles are going to stay rectangles. Remember, we're going to give those a straight cut. And then we're going to taper, straight cut, taper. There's the bottom. Now the top of our box. This panel is going to be the front, the one that we're going to cut the hole in, okay? This panel here is going to be the back of our box. See, this is going to be the front. And this is going to be the back, just like that. And we are going to tuck, I didn't show you how these open, but we are going to tuck the tab to the back, okay? Which means this back piece is going to come off. It's going to become our tab. Because the back of the box doesn't need a tab, we're going to push the tab into it. So we're going to cut this piece off and we're going to save this one. We're going to use this as our tab. I try and save, if I can, the paper by not cutting extra just to add a tab, because you end up using a lot more paper. And this way we can get the box out of a 1/4 sheet and so we're going to save that one, okay? So that's what we have so far. This is going to become our tab piece, so we're saving that. Let's do the other one. This one we're going to do a lot quicker since I've already explained what I'm doing. I just like to explain really well because I want to make sure that you guys are able to create what I'm teaching you here. If not, what's the point, right? If you can't make what I'm teaching you, what's the point of watching, right? So I try and make it very simple and for you guys to understand what it is that I'm doing. Give me 1 second. I have to get the bunny out from where he is and shouldn't be. I don't know if you know this about bunnies, but they love to chew on wood pieces. And since paper is wood, and you know how crafters, we love paper, any kind of boxes or any kind of paper that's, you know, left lying around is fair game for them. So we do buy him lots of little wood grapevine and things like that. But sometimes he'll find a box or, you know, something that's left, and then he thinks it's his. All right. So there's our marks. So now we're going to go ahead and glue all our DSP on. And the DSP, I'm going to give you the measurements for it. The top and the bottom of the box gets a 5/8 of an inch by 1 inch, and you need 2 of them, obviously, one for the top, one for the bottom. The sides of the box are thinner than the fronts. So the sides of the box get 5/8 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch. So those are the two sides. And then the front and the back of the box gets 1 inch by 3 7/8 of an inch. I'm gonna move these over so that they're in camera for you guys. And here's the top and bottom. So I have it in both patterns. Whoops. So there's my tops and my sides and front and back. All right. So let's take this one step at a time. So I'm gonna move this over. And again, I'm gonna put this piece off to the side real quick. I don't want to lose those. All right, let's bring in my silicone mat and my wet adhesive. So we're not going to start with the top and the bottom. We're going to start with the sides because this is what we need in order to cut our hole in the front. So we're going to do the front and back first, and then we'll do the sides. So there's the front and the back. This glue in my hand is about out, so I may have to switch to another glue in the middle, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the adhesive on these 4 pieces, and then I just have to glue them down. This paper pack is a host paper pack. You can earn it for free with a $150 purchase, or if you gather enough orders from your friends and you are the hostess for a what we call book party. In other words, you take all the orders and you give them to me and we put them in, and your friends are the ones that are ordering, then we can get you this paper. It's fantastic paper. So we're going to go ahead and leave a little border on all 4 sides. So this is the one side. See how it leaves that border? Let's do one of these guys. This is so cute. I love these papers. I like how bold this flowers and more pack is. And there's some really cool patterns. Sometimes you need bold and sometimes you need subtle, right? So it's nice that Stampin' Up! Gives us a variety. All right, so there's the 4 for that one. Pretty cute. This is where we're gonna cut our hole out in a second. Let's go ahead and glue all of. You wanna put them this way? How cute would that be? Let's do that this time, because I think it would still work with that color. Let's put the glue on this side, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited. All right, let's do it. Why not? All right. So let's start with this. This is gonna be fun. We'll have a striped box just for the difference. I should have done the other side of that one too. I wasn't thinking, but when I flipped that and saw that stripe, I thought, oh my gosh, that would be cute. So why not? Let's go for it. All right, so we're gonna start with a thin one. Let's grab this one and move this one over. Whoa. Okay, let's not put that one back there. See why I use the silicone mats? Because I am a messy girl. I'm always dropping glue. All right, so there's that one. Oops. It's not quite as bold of a pattern, but it's still super cute. Look at that. All right, let's grab one of these guys. Do this one. And a thin one. And the cool thing about that silicone mat is even though I drop that glue on there, it'll rub right off and I'll just be able to keep on going. That's what I love about using the silicone mats, and they're well worth their little $6 price, let me tell you. It saved me so many times. So there's that one. Look how cute that's gonna be. Precious. See, so this just rubs right off, which is fantastic, right? And then you just roll it with your fingers and then it just forms this little, kind of like a glue dot ball, and then we just throw it away. All right, let's get this out of the way, and let's bring our die cut machine in. I'm going to show you how I figure out where I'm going to cut these. So let's bring the die cut machine in. All right, so we're going to use the big guy because I love the big guy. All right. All right. So we have our 1, our 2, and our 3. We're going to lay our piece down here. And here's the die. And this is how I figure out where I want to put it. I'm going to put my bunny right there. And then I'm going to lay the die right next to it where I want it. Then I'm going to lift the bunny up. I don't know what I did with my other with my other mat. Oh, it's stuck to the bottom. I'm like, wait a minute, where's my other number 3? Okay. So now that I have it where I want it, I'm just gonna slide it over to this side in that same spot. Okay, let's just make sure that we're even. My thumb doesn't want to work very good today, for those of you know that have carpal tunnel. All right, so let's go ahead and put this through. Moving my mat everywhere, aren't I? But that's okay. We're going to do it one more time so that you guys can see. So there's that one, okay? That's what comes out. Let's do the next one. Push it back through here. Let's go through one more time. So there is, I'm going to put my bunny on here, figure out where I want the placement, slide that into place, move my candy, put my, whoops, it's a little crooked, fix that, put my plate on, run this through. Sorry, I keep moving the mat. I'll fix it in a minute when we're done with our die cutting. So then this piece is cut out. And I'm going to go ahead and move my machine out of the way. And then we'll put the mat back in place for you guys. Sorry for the wiggling. All right. I think that's good. Right? I think that, hopefully that's good. All right, so let's bring our pieces in. And we're going to score our 2 box flaps. So those 2 pieces that we saved right here, I'm gonna bring them in. And you can lay them anywhere on the board. You wanna put them so that they're right by a groove. And I just want a small tab, so it doesn't have to be very big. So I'm just gonna go ahead and score like that. Just a small score mark. And it's not any particular size, but you want about that much scored. You can use a ruler if you don't want to use your, but we're gonna go ahead and fold that piece over and give it a burnish with our nail or our bone folder if you want. I'm gonna angle trim this. So I want the tabs that go in. I'll show you on the actual piece. Let me grab it again. The tab that goes inside is angled, see? So we want it to be angled. So we're gonna angle the tab that goes in, and then we're gonna go ahead and glue this down onto our box so that it'll set before we glue our box together. We're in the home stretch though, I'll tell you. It's super simple, this part. Okay, so what we wanna do is, this is gonna be the tab right here, okay? So we're gonna glue this piece right on here, and we're just gonna make sure that our sides are nice and even. If they're not straight, they won't fit on that box very good. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and add adhesive right here. This is the one that's almost out. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna go ahead and glue that right here so that that tab piece, so you put the score mark right at the edge there, and then that tab piece folds over. And you just want to make sure that when it folds over that it's even. If it isn't, just trim any excess. The other side looks good. So that forms our tab, okay? Let's do the other side. I'm gonna put adhesive on the little tab here. Jasper? Sorry, guys. Sometimes he just needs a little talking to. Jasp. Sometimes, you know, they have a one-track mind, just like children, right? I want it, I want it, I want it. Why are you making me get away from it? Okay, so I'm going to fold this back and I'm going to trim. See that little extra piece right here? We're going to trim that away and just make it even. And then there's our little flap. So let's go ahead and put glue. Let me bring my silicone mat back in. We're going to put glue on this flap here. So that is where the glue is going to go. Hopefully this glue will make it to the end of this project. Not sure, but I'm hoping. Shaking my arm off. I feel like there's some in there, but it doesn't want to come out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's that one. Let's go ahead and put it on the other as well. We'll have them both ready to go. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that flap and we're going to turn it in. We're going to bring this one to it. Okay? We're just going to give it a rub to really bond that glue along that piece. I'm going to do it one more time. So we're going to bring that flap over, bring this one to meet it, and press and really get that to bond. Sometimes I will use my bone folder. All right, and the last place we're going to glue is the bottom of the box. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this tab right here, just a tiny bit, and then I'm going to join this tab to it, and then I'm going to put glue on the back of the box tab, so the one that's on the back, which is the one without the hole. Okay, that's going to go forward, and then on the front, which is the one with the hole, right? And we're going to bring that one forward. We're going to lock all of them together like so and hold on to it. We're going to open these flaps here, and then I'm going to use my bone folder to press down in the bottom of the box, just like that. Let's try it one more time. All right, so we're going to put this flap down, put a little bit of glue on it, bring the other flap to meet it. Then we're going to put glue on the back tab. Jasper. And then we're going to put glue on the front tab. Just like that. We're going to hold this down, bring these flaps open so that we can stick our bone folder inside. And then we're going to attach that like that. We're going to put our bunny inside, and I'm going to just push this little wrapper flap inside there, put my tabs closed, and bring this little flap that we made inside to close it. Now we can glue our tops and our bottoms, but let's go ahead and put our bunny in our second box, press our tabs down, and slide our tab inside, just like that. All right, and let's glue our tops and our bottom tabs. So let's flip these guys over, add some glue. There's one, there's two, where's my other ones? There they are. Here's one. I really like the stripe box, it's really cute. All right, so now I'm gonna grab my tweezers. Whenever I do small pieces, I like to use tweezers. All right, so let's put this one here. So cute. All right, and let's put one on the bottom. Sometimes I don't put DSP on the bottom, but this was such a small piece, I thought, Let's just do it to make it easy for you guys to remember that you have to cut 2 of everything. All right, so there's that one. Look how cute that bunny is peeking out. Let's put our flowers on this one. So cute. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this little box. And on this one. All right. Just like that. My daughter's calling me. But I can't answer right now. She's just gonna have to wait till later. All right, so here we go. We have our 2 little boxes done. So now it's time to decorate them. So I'm gonna stamp with Blackberry Bliss ink for this little box right here. And I'm gonna stamp that down onto the scrap of polished pink. And then we're gonna cut that out by hand. And we're gonna use our paper snips, okay? So I'm just gonna cut an angle right here, and then I'm gonna cut straight above our words, and then I'm gonna cut the same angle like that, and then I'm gonna cut below just to make sure that it's good, and then this is gonna get attached on the bottom. I've already done one for this one, okay? And we're gonna use dimensionals, so let's put 2. I'm gonna grab my scraps here, get them out of the way. And we're gonna put 2 dimensionals on the back of each one. There we go. All right, let's get our take your pick tool, pull our backs off. And there's one. And there's the other one. And then I have butterflies for the striped one. I mean, for the flower one. And I have birds for the striped one. And we're going to put some ribbon on there. Okay. Let's put this die away before I lose it. If you don't have the beautiful shapes dies, it has some really different dies. These circles are different than the circles in our layering circles. They're not the same size, which makes it really fantastic. Then you have these different shapes, the hexagons. I love them. I'm a shape person and I like using shapes for labels and things like that. So I tend to buy all the shapes as they come out. I think they work out really, really well and they look fantastic. Alrighty, let's see. We're gonna put these little guys on. Let's go ahead and clean our stamp. Put that away. And put my paper clips away. What else do I have in the way? Okay. Let's grab our ribbon. All right, we're using about 24 inches of ribbon here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a ruler. And I'm gonna do 24. We'll snip that. Let's do the other one. This is our open weave. Actually, it's not called open weave. It's called metallic weave, I think. Let me look. Metallic woven ribbon. And that one's in Sweet Sorbet. And this one is in Orchid Oasis. Jasper. Let's make better choices, Jasper. He really wants to be on the video today. Normally he is much better behaved. I don't know what's going on with him. But I apologize for all the noise because it's not normally like this. is usually so well behaved. Not really, but you know, just like any kid. All right, so let's go ahead. I moved my ruler out of the way. We're gonna double the ribbon, okay? And then we're gonna wrap it around our box. We'll start with the pink box first. And then I'm gonna tie it in a knot. So I'm gonna get these even or close, right? That's all we can do, is get close to even. And then we're gonna tie it in a knot. So I'm gonna put my finger there and make sure that I can pull it through here, or try to. Sometimes I have to grab my tweezer with this carpal tunnel. There we go. And there's my knot. Let's do the other one. Same thing. Wrap it around our box. This is so cute. The striped one. I'm excited that I changed it up for you guys so that you could see it both ways. All right, let's put, oops. There we go. I was gonna say, uh-oh, I'm caught. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and tie our bow. Once I have a knot, it's much easier, of course, to tie the bow because you don't have to worry about it slipping out. And then I pull my loops and then just tighten them little at a time. Little at a time. And because I have that loop at the end there that I never cut, I'm gonna trim that now. So I'm gonna grab my scissor and cut those ends. I'm gonna cut these ends. That one's a little long. There we go. And then to make it behave itself, I'm gonna use a mini glue dot. Let's tie the next one, and then we'll use the mini glue dot at the same time. So we're gonna cross these, just like that. And pull on our ends, tighten it. When I'm happy, which I'm not yet, almost, come here, there we go. All right, let's trim this end here so there's not a loop, and I'm gonna trim that one right there, and then we're gonna use some mini glue dots to get our bows to behave. So if you never know about this little trick, you're gonna grab the end of your Take Your Pick tool, and you're gonna pick up this dot. We're gonna put it back here, and then we're gonna stick our bow to it. And when we stick our bow to it, the bow has no choice but to listen because we've put a glue dot. And if we need another one for the other loop, we will add it. But these bows will listen to us. There we go. All right, so there are our bows. And one thing you can do with this ribbon is you can grab and pull, and it will widen. I'm going to show you and bring up to the camera and show you. So you can widen this ribbon a little bit to puff it up and make it prettier. See right there? Oops. See right there? It's wider. And this one's still thin. So I'm going to do that to the four sides. Widen it, make it a little prettier. And then we'll work on the other bow. Then the last step, of course, is to add our little birds and butterflies, which is the easy part. All right, those are puffed. Let's put the glue dots behind this bow. This one may not need to. This one looks like it's a little bit better behaved, but I mean, it could be Jasper. All right, let's fluff our bow up. Perfect. I love these bows. I love this ribbon because you can leave it thin or fluff it, which I think is a cool feature. All right, so there's that. Let's add our little guys on. So we are going to use just one mini glue dot behind them. There we go. All right, let's pull the backs off, and then we're ready for placement. All right, the birds are going over here. I'm gonna put this little bird up there. Put this one. No, I think I want the blue one down by the words. Let's put the blue one over here at the bottom of our box. Just hanging out. This one will be hanging out by the bow there. All right, so there's that one. And let's put the dark butterfly over here. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then have this one up by the bow as well. So there's our little treat boxes. Super quick, super easy. I made 2 of them for you guys. I hope that you enjoy the process, that you will check out these beautiful shapes dies and the Easter Bunny bundle, and that you will make yourself some of these really cute projects. If you haven't shared my video, I please ask that you would do that. Also, give me a thumbs up and a comment. I love to hear from the people who watch my videos. I appreciate it so much, and thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!